for the final.
And the first rider to pick his gate for the final is Zmarzlik, who goes straight for the red gate position. Next to make the choice is Jack Holder. Jack, select your color, please. Jack selects the yellow gate position. And next to make the selection is Jason Doyle. And Jason selects the blue gate position. And making his first final, Kim Nilsson gets left with the white gate position.
So there we are, the final race of the night, and the lineup is Zmarzlik on the inside, Jason Doyle alongside him in gate number 2. Gate number 3 is Kim Nilsson, and gate 4 is Jack Holder. And Kim Nilsson, I'll tell you what, I don't think it will bother him too much. I think he'll just be delighted to make his first final. He made the semi-final, he made the final from gate through, Chris, and you can believe the way he's riding, he might just sneak round that inside again.
Bike's working for him, he's riding, I wouldn't say cautiously, just sort of almost protective, really, making sure he doesn't make any mistakes. And you can certainly pick up plenty of points riding that way. So, yeah, I mean, he's effectively in last place. He's in 15th place, so only the wild cards actually lower than him, and yeah, fantastic performance tonight.
High point of his career, no doubts about that, in the Grand Prix full-time as a consequence of qualifying through the GP Challenge last year in Glasgow. Tough opening 3 rounds for him, and all of a sudden he's going to get 14 points, World Championship points here as a minimum. A minimum 20 points, 18, 16 and 14 in the final, but this man, the reigning champion, and will he come under pressure from Jack Holder now? Jack Holder's the man who's on the move, that's for sure. Holder, who's ridden superbly well in the last 3 Grand Prix, should have won one, of course, in Warsaw. Was a touch unfortunate, came second in the end, was third, of course, in Prague last weekend, and makes another final here this evening. Gate 4, could he do something pretty spectacular? I think he could. I do believe he could, and Doyle can't rule him out because he forced his way into second place there in the semi-final number 1. So an intriguing final for us to look forward to, that's for sure. It's been a tough night. It hasn't been a classic Grand Prix. Let's go on record of saying that, but nonetheless, wherever you are on the Grand Prix calendar, these championship points are vital, and this man, you've got to give him an awful lot of credit, Chris. He just keeps doing it, doesn't he? He just maintains a very high standard. Yeah,
the only rider to make each final so far in the first 3 rounds. And looking at the lineup, Holder and Doyle are the 2 realistically that will be looking to take a few points out of his lead if they possibly can.
Yeah, Doyle came into the round on 36 points, slipped down to 5th after a disappointing night in Prague. Holder actually moved up into 3rd place in the championship on 41. Lindgren is now going to be overhauled by Holder because Lindgren was just 5 points in front of him on 47. So Zmarzlik, if he can win here, will stretch his lead out. And he'll be looking to do so because Holder's looking like his, is his closest challenger right now. But for Doyle, this is a great opportunity to get right back in the championship chase. And a mention for Kim Nilsson. Fabulous moments for him. He is certainly going to have to pinch himself at the conclusion of tonight when he comes back in after the final, because it has been a terrific performance from him. So anything he gets there, if he gets on the rostrum tonight, that really will be a fitting moment for him. So it's been a tough campaign so far. So riders now out on track for the final time this evening. Track has been tough, it's been a terrific crowd, it's been a superb day, lovely weather, and the SGP in the Bergring here in Teterow, the Volk FIM Speedway GP of Germany, has had a few highlights, hasn't it? Not always necessarily through the racing, but sometimes the unpredictability of the track. But
as is traditional, I have to ask you at this point, Kelvin, who are you going for?
I'm going to be boring here. I'm going to go with Zmarzlik on the inside.
I thought you might.
Yeah, well, you have asked me.
OK, well, that makes it a little more difficult for me. I have to say, for me, tight between Doyle and Holder, but given the fact he's got gate 4, I'm going to go with Holder.
So a Holder for you, so no surprise there, and it'll be Kim Nilsson that wins the race.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there we are then, the final time of the night. And Jason Doyle's crew just keenly looking on. nervous times. So on the inside is Bartosz Zmarzlik in red, Jason Doyle alongside him on a warning in the blue helmet colour. Gate number 3 in white is Kim Nilsson, and Jack Holder goes from the outside in yellow. Let's hope it's a fitting end to the night. We don't want to see any dramas. We want to see some clean, tough racing here. Championship points, big championship points on the line. Round 4, Zmarzlik once again producing a solid display. When he really needs to, he's upped his game. Struggled in Prague, actually, at the end, and missed out on the rostrum, but still, nonetheless, made the final. But his performance here is pretty impressive. So here we go then. Start marshal just about happy, moving away. Green light's on and we're underway. Doyle made a good start, but Zmarzlik's made a better one. Zmarzlik round the inside, holds it there. Doyle through into second place. Kim Nilsson holding Jack Holder. No, he can't. Holder coming through into third place. Zmarzlik out in front. Just got to keep it all together. If he can, he's going to win another Grand Prix. He won the opening round in Croatia. Hasn't managed to win since then, but he's looking good for his second win of the season now. Bartosz Zmarzlik.
Yeah, Zmarzlik faultless towards the end of this meeting. Absolutely fantastic stuff from him. Jason Doyle, after a difficult night last time out in Prague, will be very happy with second place. This race seems to be settling down. And Jack Holder, Mr. Consistent, he's there again. Another podium if he can stay in third place.
Indeed he will. They've stretched out. It's not the most exciting final. A little bit of a twitch there from Bartosz Zmarzlik on the final lap. Through the final corner for the final time here in Tetro. Bartosz Zmarzlik stretches the lead once again. Oh, fabulous stuff from him. Terrific return to form for Jason Doyle in second place. And Mr. Consistent certainly is Jack Holder. Back in third place. Delight for Bartosz Zmarzlik. Many congratulations to the world champion. Certainly a touch of relief as well, I would suggest. And they are clearly and rightly delighted with that. Didn't win here last year, finished second, but this time around picks up the win. And the first time that he actually wins here in Germany, so clearly, look at that. It means the world to him.
Our third Polish winner on the trot here in Germany.
So a great legacy for the Poles here then, but Bartosz Zmarzlik certainly doing the business and finishing it off in style. The inside gate certainly was an advantage all through the evening. We've had plenty of race wins from there. Super move by Doyle in the first corner actually to slot into second place. Jack Holder coming through to make another podium and doing a lot of work, but I'm picking up 16 points. There's the result then for you. Bartosz Zmarzlik wins in fine style. Doyle in second place, Jack Holder in third, Kim Nilsson in his first ever final, just missing out on the rostrum, but nonetheless, I'm sure he'd be chuffed to bits in making his first final. It's been a special evening for him. But for that man, Bartosz Zmarzlik, he goes from strength to strength.
Yeah, take a look again. The start here in the final, and it just rockets away from the inside gate. Jason Doyle thinks about a run around the outside, realises that second place is better than letting people up the inside of him, so he does the wise thing, really, cuts back to the inside and just follows the world champions every move. But Kim Nilsson here, he's got himself out of the start. Not a bad effort from gate 3, but an absolute disaster zone all night. But Jack Holder squeezes between him and the fence and gets himself into a podium position once again. That's the last 3 rounds on the podium for Jack Holder. Great stuff.
Superb stuff there once again. And 2 Australians on the rostrum tonight, but Zmarzlik certainly leading from the front. And a great conclusion to the event for him. Did have a bit of a twitch there, two-thirds of the way through the race.
Straightened it out fairly quickly, didn't he?
It did indeed. He managed to keep it all under control there. You can just see how he had to move his body around to just collect the bike. But delight in the camp once again for Zmarzlik. And even though he's won 3 World Championships in the last 4 years, he wants it 4 out of 5, doesn't he? And it's looking very likely as we fast approach the midway point, which will be in 2 weeks' time in Gorzów. So let's look at some more stats for you. Most GP wins. Crump is out in front at 23. Bartosz Zmarzlik is certainly rapidly making his presence felt there on 20. Ty Woofenden on 11. So Zmarzlik really is beginning to close in on some of these huge records, and you've got to believe that he's going to leapfrog all those other guys very soon.
His win rate far exceeds those above him.
Indeed it is, in such a short period of time. But Zmarzlik, once again, setting the pace in the championship. And will anybody be able to chase him down? Once again, I have to reflect on the semi-final. It will be interesting to see if Scotty Nicholls can find out what happened with Dan Bewley. It really will. Certainly, it will be such a devastating blow for Bewley there in the semi-final. There's the points on the night. Obviously, the big points being dished out there. 20 for Zmarzlik, Doyle on 18, handy 18 for him. Jack Holder on 16, Kim Nilsson 14. We've rattled through the other ones for you earlier on with Leon Madsen still picking up a handy 12 points there. We'll update you with the World Championship standings for you very shortly, I'm sure, because once we crunch the numbers, we'll see exactly how. So we will get a interview. So let's get some information now. Scotty Nicholls on the infield with the winner, Bartosz Zmarzlik.
Yeah, your round 4 winner here in Tetro Journey is the current championship leader, Bartosz Zmarzlik. Bartosz, you've had 4 podiums here, now your first win in Tetro.
Yes, of course, I many times been here in the final, but never win, and today so first time for me win in Tetro, and I'm very happy and proud about this.
Yeah, definitely, and now you extend that championship lead.
I don't look at for this one. I take, a very thing what the day give me to me, and yeah, I take the fun also from the racing on the speedway because I love it.
It's always fun to win. How difficult were conditions tonight?
I feel very nice. Track is much better than the last season, but also in the end on the season a little bit open, but must focus on the winning start and make the good job on the 4 laps, and very important all the time in my head. Today is all night.
Always a focus. You'd like to say something in Polish to your fans?
Dobry wieczór wszystkim Polakom. Bardzo się cieszę, że tak licznie dzisiaj przybyliście i świetnie dopingowaliście Polaków, także trzymajcie kciuki, jedziemy dalej i do zobaczenia na następnych stadionach. Dzięki.